Hello friends, this is Normal here for Technique, and in this video we'll compare two budget offerings from Xiaomi, the Xiaomi Redmi 4A with the Xiaomi Redmi 4. So these two phones are priced almost in the less than 7,000 price segment, with the Redmi 4A price 5,999 and the Redmi 4 starting at 6,999. So we are getting a lot of queries on which is a better device to buy. Should I go for Redmi 4A or the Redmi 4, which has 2GB RAM and 16GB storage? So both these devices have quite a lot of features in common: 5-inch HD display and 2GB RAM, 16GB storage, MIUI 8, Android 6.0, and a lot of things are common, but there are a lot of differences as well. So in this video we'll talk about which is the better device to buy and which makes better value for money in this price segment. Now let's get started. First step, let's look at the design and build quality. So design wise, you can see that both are quite different in terms of the looks. One is a plastic finishing. We have Redmi 4A with a plastic build quality, while the Redmi 4 has a metallic construction. It's a unibody construction, and it feels slightly more heavier than the Redmi 4 because of the metallic construction. And Redmi 4 is definitely lightweight and feels quite good in hands. But then we would say the metallic construction and the fit and finish of the Redmi 4 feels better and overall better build device than the Redmi 4A. But having said that, both are quite good looking device out there. And other than that, in the design aspect, you can see that the power and volume keys are on the right side on both the phones. The left side houses the SIM tray. At the bottom we have this micro USB charging slot and also the speaker unit on the phone, while the top panel houses the 3.5mm audio jack and IR blaster on both the phones. You can see the back panel has this 13 megapixel camera, LED flash on both the devices. You also have the speaker unit located on the rear panel on the Redmi 4. One of the important aspects about the Redmi 4 is that it comes with a fingerprint scanner. So in terms of the design and build quality, we would definitely give it to the Redmi 4. Now let's talk about the display. So we have a 5-inch HD display on both these devices. That's a 1280 by 720p display, and the display quality looks quite good for a budget offering. And we have a 2.5D glass on the Redmi 4, which actually adds to the beauty of this device, while it's a normal HD display on the Redmi 4A. Now, neither of these devices offer any added protection on the display, but they're quite good in terms of display performance. We would definitely give it to the Redmi 4 in terms of the display performance because of a slightly more vivid display than the Redmi 4A. Now let's talk about the software and the performance. So in terms of software experience, we would say both are equally good because both have the Android 6.0 Marshmallow and MIUI 8. So there is no point in comparing these two devices because they are exactly the same in terms of the software. Now let's have a look at the performance aspect. So we have a Snapdragon 425 quad-core chipset with 2GB of RAM and 16GB of storage on the Redmi 4A, while we have the Snapdragon 435 octa-core chipset with 2GB of RAM and 16GB of storage. Now looking at the benchmark score of these two phones, you can see that the Snapdragon 435 is way more powerful than the Snapdragon 425. It's a quad-core chipset with an octa-core chipset, so obviously the octa-core chipset has more performance. It has 8 cores compared to the 4 cores on the Redmi 4A. So the Redmi 4A is a decent device in terms of the performance. Even the gaming was quite decent overall, but we would say the overall performance definitely is the Redmi 4 because it has this better chipset, better gaming experience, and overall day-to-day experience was better on the Redmi 4. So overall in terms of the performance, we would say the Redmi 4 is the better choice. Now let's have a look at the other aspects, including the 4G LTE and VoLTE support. Both these devices have dual SIM cards, micro SD card expansion slot, 16GB of storage. We also have 32 and 64GB variants for the Redmi 4, but we are comparing the base variant, that's a 6,999 variant, and that comes with 2GB RAM and 16GB storage. And one of the important aspects is the fingerprint scanner. So the fingerprint scanner is really good addition onto the Redmi 4, and you can use this fingerprint scanner to unlock the device and also to protect apps. You can also use the fingerprint scanner to lock apps. So that's definitely a very important feature when compared to the Redmi 4A. Now both the phones have quite good call quality and speaker performance. We would say the speaker performance on the Redmi 4 was slightly better because it has placed on the bottom panel, while it's on the rear panel on the Redmi 4A. So that was the software and performance aspect. Now let's have a look at the camera. So both have 13 megapixel cameras and LED flash and also 5 megapixel front camera. So now we are not going into the camera interface because both are again the same interface. Now looking at the camera samples, we would say the Redmi 4 was definitely the better camera out of these two devices because it produces some better results overall in terms of the color quality, sharpness levels and overall clarity. Also in low light experience, it was the Redmi 4 was better than the Redmi 4A, and the overall performance of the camera was better on the Redmi 4 when compared to the Redmi 4A. So our choice would be again the Redmi 4. Now finally, the battery performance. So here we have 3000 mAh battery on the Redmi 4A versus the 4100 mAh battery on the Redmi 4. So obviously the battery performance is better on the Redmi 4 with higher capacity battery, and also the performance looks really good. So again, battery performance, we would say the Redmi 4 was a better choice. Now finally, talking about the overall aspect. So here we have 5999 for the Redmi 4A while it's 6999 for Redmi 4. Now there is just 1000 rupees difference between these two devices. For that additional 1K pricing, you get a fingerprint scanner, better design, metallic construction, better battery life, better processor and better camera as well. So in all aspects, we would say the Redmi 4 is a better choice at 6999. Unless you're really on a tight budget, you should be definitely choosing the Redmi 4 because it has the overall great value for money aspect when compared to the Redmi 4A. But if you're really on a tight budget and you want the cheapest phone out there, then the Redmi 4A makes sense. In all other cases, we would say the Redmi 4 was a better choice. So that's all guys with the comparison of these two phones. Hope you liked this video. If you have any queries, you can drop a comment and we'll be glad to help you out with your queries. If you like this video, do hit the like button and also hit the red subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.